Talking Trotters, catching up with Neville Pangrazio firstly. Hello, Nev.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Good, mate. We catch up quite a little bit. This is a really, really good story, though. I want to highlight and make sure people are aware, and we're talking about the win of Prince of Rock the other night in the Haras Trotters 3-year-old Colts and Geldings division at Kilmore for the Nutrien Race Series, sorry. Yep. Firstly, what a win.
Yeah, it went really good. We were impressed with his first two runs, actually. He was just bowling along and stretched out really nice. And I thought this race will be a good challenge for him, but Tina just took him to the front and let him run again. And, backed off the third quarter a little bit and then let him run home, and he was, again, too strong. So very impressive. Daryl
Crone, the trainer, Tina Ridis, great combination. Unknowns, if you like, in one of this is the first running of the 3-year-olds, but most people tend to say the 3-year-old divisions are always the strongest ones, the bluebloods. More horses are up and ready to go, and he's going to acquit himself very, very well in the final on Friday night.
I think there's 3 or 4 there with kind of equal ability, so he's right in it if they all trot. So there's a few different races around. You can be in the APG or the Nutrient, or there's others, so they're all spread out this year. So he was just lucky to be in that group this year.
Yep, absolutely. There's some good horses in it. 5-time Group 1 winner in the Locomotive was behind him and couldn't get over him. Harness racing is a family story. It's a story, I suppose, of, I think it's the best way to sell it, and the Trotters are such a great thing. Your wife, Louise, I did ask her if he'd come on and just have a little chat. The reason you're here is because you'll be able to hold it together. But it is a family sport, and with the unfortunate passing of Louise's mum early in the year, what this horse is doing means a lot more to the whole family, including Malcolm as well.
Oh, absolutely. She'd be tickled pink, I'm sure. Hopefully she's up there watching. They haven't had... they've had good horses over the time, but I think it's stepped up a bit, lately with She's a Wish and now this horse. And, Louise is a bit hard getting in front of a camera at the best of times, but even more so now. So, you wouldn't have any chance of getting her on, I don't think, mate. Talk about it.
No, but she's so proud of what this horse is doing as well. I know that through text messages and the excitement level. And even if some bloke actually forgets to highlight a horse winning on a certain night.
Yeah, absolutely. She picked that up real quick. So I told her early on that she married well, and now she tells me that the only horses winning are the ones that she bred. So you got She's a Wish and Prince of Rock, and we bred quite a few that year. And I've got Ivana by the Seaside going well for pity. But most of them have been sort of unraced, and the only real good ones are those two. So she tells me that up front. So no, they're going all right.
Dad, Malcolm, long name in harness racing, especially in the trotting game. He'd be pretty tickled pink about it too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. He loves every race. So we're just taking every race as it comes, and don't count your chickens before they hatch. It's still got to get over the line, and it's a big race, and it's a $120,000 race, I think. So it's a good one to just sit back and watch and enjoy.
Biggest single sex trotting race prize money for the year. So people will turn around and say, the Great Southern Star and the Great Square, single sex. So just the fact that these are for 3-year-old Colts and Geldings, and then there's a fillies division, it's an awesome money.
Yeah, all the money is for pay up money, isn't it? So if you've got to nominate for particular races, this is obviously a sale race. If you've got a good one going, you've got to go for these good races, don't you?
Absolutely, but it's not always about the money, and that's the one thing I want people to be aware of, the little backstory to this horse. And I don't think Daryl and Tina would mind me saying, 2 battlers, taking on some big boys, if you like, being able to purchase him at the sales. How much was he sold for at the sales?
I think he was 20 or 22, something like that. He was a beautiful looking animal, and Wishing Stone didn't have a lot of horses on the ground, I don't think, at the time, and we really liked the stallion, and they're really hitting form. There's quite a few of them going. You can't get him anymore now because there's frozen semen, and that you can't use it. I actually rang up the other day to Greg Ryan to see if we could get some more. He said, no, it's gone. So we've got one mare in foal to him to foal down this year. So hoping for a filly.
No, absolutely right. The Nutrien Classic, 3-year-old trotting classic, sponsored by Haras Trotters, is on Friday. I don't know what time just yet, but keep an eye out at Bendigo on the 11th. So make sure you're there. Anyone that's sold or been a part of the Nutrien experience, make sure you get along to Bendigo. There's big things happening planned. There's going to be a lot of catering and a bit of fun as well. The way Nutrien do their things, you guys will be making the trip up the road.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, I hope so. Might be able to see how I go. If I can't get the camera in front of her, I might be able to get a photo of her. Hopefully in the winner's circle after the race. But I think it's a great story, and I think more people need to be aware of it. As I said, they've been breeding for a long time, and I know Louise would desperately love to be sharing this with her mum. Unfortunately, that's not to be, but she still gets to share that with her father, and hopefully some more people will realise what a good story this is.
Yeah, absolutely. And to the other flip side again is you don't need to spend a lot of money to get a good horse.
No, absolutely. And the Trotters are the future, aren't they?
They're the future, mate. You know that.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.